Welcome to Poppy and Juice Reviews. This is our second episode, and today we are going to review an incredibly popular game that came out just a few months ago. It's called Genshin Impact, Breath of the Waifus. Let's get this out of the way right now. We all know that this game was being heavily criticized for being a Zelda clone before it even released, but now it's more like Zelda who? Who's that? We playing Breath of the Waifus, bro, not Breath of the Wild. We are pretty obsessed with this game. Juice and I and several of our friends have been playing it for a couple months now, and we wanted to weigh in on the subject and let you guys know what we think about it. First of all, I've been playing this game mostly on mobile because it fits my schedule, so it's much more convenient even though the controls aren't the best. And when I can, I also play on my PS4, and Jesus plays on his PC and a little bit on mobile. This review will not be a review about the performance of each platform, but mostly a review of the game's story, presentation, gameplay, and of course, the waifus. Cue the damn music. First of all, spoiler warning. I will be touching on several of the beginning main story quests for this segment, so you have been warned. We start off being attacked by some god of destruction lady person, and we immediately have to pick our gender and name our character. Unfortunately, the gender you didn't choose becomes your sibling who gets killed or taken away or something by magical black and red Rubik's Cubes. Shortly after, you also get sucked away by the same Rubik's Cubes, and we start off on a beautiful beach, and an adorably annoying and cute fairy thing named Paimon starts following you around and becomes your Navi, but not as annoying. You soon start learning that you have been transported into a new world where the land is called Teyvat, and the city or region you currently are in is called Mondstadt. You start exploring, and a crazy looking fairy dragon flies over you, which you just don't pay attention to. And eventually you pray to some monolith thing and receive the power of Anemo, which is basically the power of the wind. After that, you run into a fairy looking boy that is petting the fairy dragon, and since the fairy dragon only likes to be in the presence of fairy boys, it gets pissed off when it sees you and flies away, leaving behind a shiny blood red teardrop that you, of course, pick up. After the fairy dragon yells at you and flies away, you continue onward to a city and meet the worst character in the whole game, Amber, which is a part of the Knights of Favonius. She's kind of cute though. After that, you go into the city, and the fairy dragon attacks the city with tornadoes, and you scare it away by shooting laser beams at the horrifying blistering spiky things on the dragon, and it cries and screams and flies away. And then you meet a flirty pirate wolfman named Kea, who is a knight just like Amber, and he tells you to go talk to his boss at the headquarters, which you do. And when you do, you meet a flirty librarian named Lisa, and the mamacita of all mamacitas, my baby girl Genie Poo, or Jean for short, which is the acting grandmaster, aka the boss of the knights of the city. So they all thank you for saving the city, and they ask why the fairy dragon attacked the city in the first place, which we don't know why. And then you show Genie Poo and the flirty librarian the blood red teardrop, and when they try touching it, it shocks them because it hates them more than you. After that, you see the fairy boy running around the city, and you chase after him, and he tells you that he is a bard, and he sings to you and explains that the angry fairy dragon has a serious hemorrhoids problem, and that's why he is so pissed off and in a lot of pain, which I totally understand. Hemorrhoids suck. So you show the fairy boy, which is named Venti, the shiny red hemorrhoid teardrop, and for some reason it was purified and is now a blue color. So he takes an interest in you because you for some reason are a natural healing cream for bleeding buttholes. So then Venti convinces you to steal a holy lyre guitar harp thingy, which acts as a mystical butt cream, and when the holy butt cream lyre is played, the sound of it soothes the fairy dragon's blistering hemorrhoids problem. So you go to church and to steal the holy lyre, and it gets swiped right before your eyes by some ninja who is part of an organization that needs the dragon to have hemorrhoids for reasons. Okay, we don't know the reasons yet, but for reasons. You get in trouble by the security guards though and have to escape, and are lucky enough to sneak into a tavern, and it's at that moment that you meet a super hot red-headed vampire rock star named Diluc, which happens to be the tavern's owner. And he helps you misguide the guards looking for you because he's curious to learn more about you and Venti and what the hell is going on. Before you spill the beans though, he brings his girlfriend to listen in on the juicy drama, and his girlfriend happens to be baby girl Genie Poo, which I'm not mad about, which actually knows what's going on and wants to help you. So that's when you learn that Venti the fairy boy is actually the god of Mondstadt and the god of Anemo, and he is actually the one who gave you the power of Anemo / the power of wind through the monolith statue that you prayed to in the beginning of the game, and he happens to be one of 7 gods, and he is sad that Storm Terror, or Dvalin, the fairy dragon, is in so much pain. So that's why he wants to help the dragon, but for some reason they're getting interrupted by an organization that is named the Fatui, which are bad because they are working with the Abyss Order, which are also bad and are the cause of why Dvalin, the fairy dragon, has hemorrhoids in the first place. So off you go to save the dragon with your awesome group of very attractive anime people, and you fight the Fatui and the Abyss Order, and you beat them, and then fight the dragon, which removes his hemorrhoids problem finally. But apparently that was only a distraction to a bigger problem that I don't even know what it is, but somehow your sibling is involved, which you have been looking for this whole time, and they are actually evil for some reason. Anyway, that's like a super dumbed down version of the story so far, which is a chapter based story, and according to the description of the quests, everything we just did was just the prologue. Yeah. That means this game is going to be a long one, which is exciting. Who knows when they are going to be done with it, but that's what it is. This game is gorgeous. I love it. And yes, it's similar to Zelda's Breath of the Wild, and I don't mind 1 minute. Even the developers themselves said that it was one of their inspirations, but even so, this game has so many differences in the characters, the monsters, the cities, the scenery. The first place you roam around is somewhat of a basic land with a lot of cool secret places or areas and things to do, but once you cross the river into Liyue, oh my gosh, that place is so flippin' cool and beautiful and stunning. It's obviously very Chinese inspired, which you can tell by people's clothes and also structures, and I love every second of it, yo. I haven't even fully explored Liyue yet, and I haven't even touched the new area that we got in the 1.2 update, Dragonspine, so I apologize because I'm not going to go into depth with them, but I am extremely excited to continue exploring and discovering new places, areas, monsters, and quests. The menus of the game are very clean. The sound effects are cute. I especially love it when you open a chest and the items fall out and hit the ground. So satisfying for some reason. The music as well is actually very nice, from the chill soundtracks to the more intense ones. I love how this game's elements and combat structure works. Each character has their strength and weaknesses and even roles to play. For a free-to-play game, it's actually a pretty generous game for people that don't want to spend money at all. So that's a good thing, but if you want to start not just pulling 5-star characters and weapons, but also getting doubles of them so you can further unlock their characters' constellations, which requires pulling the same character twice and up until you pull them like 7 times to max them out, you would have to spend some serious cash, bro. So either get another job or make sure you are 100% single with no lover and living in your mom's basement, because no one will love you, okay? If you spend that much money, which is a lot. Okay. Anyway, It is really, really fun stacking up a bunch of characters' elemental attacks and specials by combining them to cause some serious damage to monsters and enemies. There are many fun combos to try out. I would recommend trying out many different characters together because the kind of weapon they have and the element they have affect the gameplay a lot. It's not a very difficult game to master like a Soulsborne game, because even the levels of the characters versus the monsters aren't a huge challenge to worry about either. The most important thing is using your Pokemon skills to the test and worrying about type matchups, as I've mentioned several times already. So study up on your elements and how each one works against each other. Have one or two characters at a high level and the others to merely use as an elemental support, and you good to conquer the world of Genshin Impact, bruh. Exploring is probably one of my favorite things to do in this game, mostly because I love how this game rewards you in so many different ways for doing so, with Primo Gems and relics and weapons and many other items, which are mostly good enough for leveling up the equipment you actually want to use. Also, if you want to keep the game free to play, I definitely recommend exploring, because even though you only get about 2 or 5 Primo Gems every time you open up a chest after killing some enemies or doing little quests, it all stacks up in the end, bro. Boss fights are exhilarating and so much fun, so do them because they also drop some awesome rewards besides just being plain fun. Also, the dungeons and trials are fun to do too. There is just a lot to do in this game that I haven't even touched on, seriously. And the developers are constantly putting out new challenges and things to do, so good luck getting bored. So the waifus get their own section because they're so flippin' cute. So my favorite waifu / my waifu number 1 is Jean, mostly because she's gorgeous, and Jesus's is Barba. So yeah, there we go. But it was pretty hard to choose a favorite, by the way, because they're just all so super cute. Even the guys, but whatever. The only ones we both don't like are these little lolly characters, Kiki and whatever the other one's name is, because we definitely are not into like high school girls or below that age at all, dude. So thanks anyways. Overall thoughts: Genshin Impact is a very well balanced game, and it is surprisingly really flipping good for coming out of China. Not trying to speak ill on China, but it's kind of surprising because not much comes out of there in terms of popular entertainment. Anyways, good on you, China, for making a super fun video game. Thanks, guys. Shit. Play the game, guys, because it's free. Okay? Bye. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching that video. Hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. Subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube. Share it if you want to. If you're listening to us on a podcast streaming service or anywhere else, go ahead and give us a follow. We'd love for you guys to join the Papi and Juice crew. Love you guys and see you next time. Bye-bye.